All right, guys, I ended up having a good day, hit my daily profit target, but it did start by me digging a big hole here, and it's because I don't trade in the first 5 minutes anymore. I'm not very good at it, but today I got suckered into doing it, and I reminded myself why I don't. It went terrible. And if you look here, this is my watch list: Norwegian Cruise Line, American Airlines, Space, and NIO today. And most of my action was on NIO, and you can kind of see that. It looks a little bit like a Christmas tree right here. But I took it short in the second minute of market open. Again, a no-no for me. And I just shouldn't be in this trade. It's just against my rules, so I should have obeyed that. But I didn't, and I paid. And what's worse is if I would have waited the first 5 minutes, I would have been able to get into a position right here at this candlestick, which really would have been a perfect entry. You see VWAP and the 50 MA right there. And what I've noticed is for my style of trading, often right at the 6 minute mark is a perfect entry to a trade. So, I really just should have waited, but that's a bad trade right there. But I kept watching NIO, and it curled down and kind of formed a bearish boot on the 1 minute chart here, which is a pattern I like to trade. And so I came down, I got an entry here. It was on SSR, so it was a little tricky, but I did get a good entry there. I was happy with that. We broke through this pre-market level right here, and I started partialing here, then I partial near the low of the day. Then I partial near 1150. I actually went all out at 1150. And I'm not really sure why I did that. I mean, the pattern was still going in my favor, but it was the right decision because it did curl up on me. So I don't know if it was level 2 or some sort of intuition. I can't really remember, but ultimately I did go out here and, oh no, here we go. Here's the last partial right there. So I didn't get back to break even, but I did get all out right there. Then you'll see that I tried to take it short again. It kind of fooled me. It started curling back down, and I took it short here and then stopped out. So at this point, I'm still negative on the day. And then I think I moved on, traded a couple other things, but I came back to NIO and saw that it had curled back down. And this is an even better bearish boot because the pattern's stronger when you see it on the 5 minute chart. So you'll see right here, here's a nice bearish boot on the on the 5 minute there. So I got a good entry here around the 1150 mark. And again, it was on SSR. So this is always a little tricky. And you'll also see that on the 1 minute chart, it's actually formed a nice little descending triangle there. So nice entry there for me. I love triangles and the bearish boot pattern. So took it short, partialed out at this level right over there. A couple more because it kind of stutter stepped here. I saw the bullish volume coming in, and I was concerned that all the bears might be getting out. And then last partial here at break even. So I got 2 winning partials and then out at break even. And then I kept watching it though, and it was weak again. So I hopped back in as it stuttered around this level here, took it short, and then got a nice partials here based on level 2 information, and then there's huge liquidity at the $11 mark on level 2. So when we got to 11, I partialed out pretty steadily, and then it still looked weak, so I actually added to my position. I did a Thor style free roll here and added back in. So I doubled the small share size and then partialed out as we went down. And you'll see on the 5 minute chart here, so I added back in and then partialed out, and I actually ended up getting all out at what is still currently, although it's probably going to be tested right now, still currently the low of the day. So this last partial was a really well timed, bit of luck in that for sure. But the reason I got out was the huge increase in bullish volume there. So that was my day on NIO, and then I did one trade on Space here. You kind of see an upside down boot pattern here. So this is a bullish boot. Kind of see it there. But Space was bouncing around. The price action's not that smooth, so I didn't feel that comfortable. I was going to partial pretty quickly if it went in my favor or against me. So it went in my favor, took a quick partial, and then out at break even. So didn't get too much out of that. And then this one's a pretty nice trade, but again, only 2 partials and then out. And you see it's a strong bullish pattern, a little bit of a consolidation right here at the 50 MA, and we're above the 200 MA on the 1 minute chart as well as the 50 MA on the 1 minute. So just a lot of levels of potential support there. So I took it long right here, and right after I entered, we took off. I got a couple quick partials and then out at break even on Norwegian Cruise Line. And then you can see the pattern was done at that point. So that was my day. Started with breaking a rule and digging a hole, and then climbed out of it, and I'm thankful to end my week green. And I'll see you guys next week.